This is Chaka with Belle Collective, Season 1. Um, I think it's episode 9, and I will put the actual title in the description. Um, we start out with with Letitia talking to Marie. And listen, I get it. Let's, whew, I get it. Um, Letitia, that's your girl. So you want to tell Marie what went down at the sister vention, but Marie, I'm happy that you were woman enough to apologize because you're about to lose your girl her dream. That's the first thing. The second thing, I'm a little confused. So I'm gonna put a pin on that one, but I'm gonna let everybody else understand. I think it's tacky that um, Marie keeps causing this much friction, and Letitia is constantly trying to fix it, and Marie going, "Oh, they just jealous of me." No, honey, no one's jealous. You need to stop going so hard in the paint every chance you get. You just look crazy now. I do understand though. Kaylon, I'm sorry to say, Antoinette, you should have checked your girl. Period. Point blank. Letitia and Tambra, they should have been the ones who cut that conversation in mixed company. The moment the girl got up and walked out, and all y'all went chasing after her for her white woman tears, no. Y'all should have cut that. We're going to change subjects and move on to what the reason for this brunch is. We didn't need to hear about Jefferson Davis. We didn't need to hear about that shit because we could care less. Move on. So that little luncheon to talk about the sister vention, I understand Marie just trying to pull her girl's coattail. She did it in a gentle manner. You looking, making me look bad out in these streets. Even the councilman is looking at me crazy. So, kudos to you, Letitia, for going to your girl. That's how Antoinette should have went to Kaylon. You ain't got to check them in front of all these people because that's what they want, but you should have been checking her all together. So that's that. We move on to Latrice and her new beauty line or hair care line or whatever she's putting together in her photo shoot that was just in disarray from gate. I felt sorry for her because she had really bad problems with this situation. Her photographer was in Atlanta and it was going to take them a long time. The twins that were doing the photo shoot, I guess these girls are on Bad Girls Club. I've never watched Bad Girls Club, so I wouldn't know who these girls were. But they were also late and they couldn't make it, so that was an issue. And then there was an issue where the place didn't have any hot water. So I'm confused at how most hairdressers know this. Cliff shouldn't have been the one that been able to tell y'all, oh, use bottled water. That should have been on the agenda. Somebody go to the store and get us some bottled water because we can't use this. I'm confused at all you people that do hair for a living. Y'all ain't this damn stupid. Anyway, but they got the photo shoot done and I guess it turned out great. But again, them twins, I'm with Cliff. Them lips on them looks a mess. Um, that's that. I'm just saying, all worked out in a horrible photo shoot, and it's always hard for someone who's starting something or they're on the end of when things are out of their hands and they're really the boss of something. So I understood Latrice's issue. It was a lot of shakiness there, but it went off without a hitch by the time the photographer made it there. So that was a good thing. Now, Letitia, The Singer in the Closet and Glenn. I'm so excited that Letitia is trying to use young Grace and Mercy to, get his man off this so-called contract. But the way Glenn was looking at the singer, child, you would have thought she said, "Oh, okay, I got a girl that I want to bring in the room for this threesome," because he was a little too excited. So, the singer shouldn't have been that sexy, Letitia. But I understand what you were trying to convey. It still didn't work out, but at least they're gonna go to counseling or whatever, a balance coach, whatever that is. That's the same thing as counseling with their silly asses. Tambra is trying to take her career in a different direction. The direction in which she wants to take this career into is something more serious. So instead of just being, Spunky Brewster, because that's how she sounds, um, she wants to actually talk to Gary with the T from Ricky Smiley and see does she have the chops. And he was like, based on the video you sent me, you still too bubbly for you to be showing that this is about something serious. So you're gonna have to start doing something a little different. Um, so he gave her a lot of good advice. That would be great for her to deal with. Tambra, you just gonna have to dial it back a little bit, honey. Gary shouldn't have been the one to tell you. You should have knew that as is. Letitia and Glenn go to a balance coach, whatever that is. Again, um, they do an exercise where they switch places and basically have the same discussion but as the person, so that the person who has those comments can hear what they're saying to the other person, and they kind of seem to figure out how to fix it in that moment. But Glenn still got this contract in his back pocket. But kudos to Miss Letitia with the swell checkmate. I got a contract for your behind too. And I loved it all the way around. Now I gotta give it to baby girl. She was like, "Yeah, you got a contract, me too." So I like that about her. She did herself some justice. Uh, Child, listen. Marie, Cedric, and Essie professing her undying soul to Marie. Because that whole scene with these two is starting to not just, because I'm not saying nothing against anyone's sexuality, but if that's just supposed to be your business partner, that was the most cringiest conversation I'd ever heard. Not just the one at the diner and they were talking, but the end when Essie was telling her to pack his stuff up and they were doing the confessional and she was like, "I'm your soulmate." Girl, y'all might as well come on out the closet. It's okay. It's 2021. We got too many things out here for y'all not to do what's right. But they discuss how Cedric is in another in the Caribbean, and she home and he ain't doing right, so she dropped his stuff off at his house, and I guess his house is being renovated. Child, whatever. So anyway, that damn thing looked like it was an abandoned house. So they dropped that off and had this little confessional confession of profession of love to one another. And then Tambra ended up finding out that her slot is the number one daytime slot, and she was excited. They threw a little party for her, and she started tearing up. And Letitia showed up to invite her to a couple's dinner. That was the thing. At the balance coach, she told Glenn and Letitia to start doing couple things. They need to get around couples. So that was a good look. So she said that she had just gotten back with her ex and she didn't want to scare him off. Oh, excuse me. So she was going to pass on the couple's dinner, which was fine with Letitia, but she was excited about the relationship with Tambra and her ex. Um, we are moving on to the couple's dinner. This wasn't nothing but a motley crew of folk, if I have never seen one. Letitia and Glenn show up first, and they discussed everything. And then Latrice and Cliff come in, and they introduce their husbands to each other. So I thought that was sweet. And then all of a sudden, Melanie and her husband. I used to hate my name growing up. It's pronounced Chaka, but it has an O in it. And people tend to always screw it up and call me Choka. But I used to get mad at my parents. I'd be like, you couldn't have found a regular smegler, degler name. Now, as I grow up, I love my name because of the fact that it gives me character. But black people, quit adding love to every damn thing. Because Melanie's husband, Lamarcus, why y'all do this to this baby? So anyway, her and her husband come in and they sit down and they all chit-chatting. And then, dun 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 dun, I was hoping Marie was going to bring her newfound soulmate, Essie. And she done brought in some 6 foot, 11-inch basketball player looking guy named Darius. And everybody like, ain't your husband named Cedric and he about 5'11"? Who this? Who this man? Harpo, who this woman? Because that what that was looking like. And then it goes off and it shows some conversation for next week. So I will see you guys next week and we will discuss the show as it goes further. Hopefully we will continue with the dinner and find out what happened to Cedric in front of the men. And also, I want to see what everyone's reaction is. Hopefully, Marie and Latrice can grow up and talk to each other. More Marie than Latrice because Latrice has been trying to talk to her. So, I'll see you guys next week. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. You have a lovely evening. Bye.